Well, hey there, guys, and good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back to another. Oh, great, they're attacking again. Another Factorio video. If you don't remember last time, we did some minor adjustments to our little factory area here by introducing this main bus design, and starting off some research using this green science rather than just the red science. My plan for today is to just sort of start expanding this and potentially start working on some systems that allow us to expand further across the world. But I'll get into that later, and without further ado, I will see you guys as some advancements made in the factory. So let's do this. Okay, so before we properly get into this, I am going to preface this episode with a mild disclaimer. Whilst I did just say that I was going to be making some infrastructure and stuff that will allow us to explore more and get resources from further away from our base, I don't do that. And the reason is because I get very sidetracked by something that happened at the start of the episode, which you will see later. Well, you see more what I mean later. But to get into it, what I first started doing was I needed steel and stone mainly as two new ingredients for the projects that I was going to undertake. And so to get steel, I need to smelt iron, and to smelt iron, I'd need coal. And so I started by siphoning off a section from the coal mining array and bringing that all the way up, and I believe I do actually turn it into another bus in the end. But either way, dragging up all the coal here and taking the iron over there, I end up doing, I believe, 20 furnaces or 2 modules in the steel production. And instead of what I did down at the iron, where I used a ton of splitters to split the iron and coal between it, so the later furnaces got less resources going into it, I split it into 2 lots straight away and then split each lot into 2, so there's 4 equal chunks of the input iron, which is then sent out to the 4 lots of 5 furnaces. So, yeah, 4 lots of 5 to make 20. Did I say that right earlier? I'm gonna hope I did. If not, I will correct it with a caption on screen. But as I was saying, this is where we get involved with some of the issues I was telling you about later that sidetracked me. The bugs. The first came about and started attacking us a little bit last episode, but boy did it get worse this time. I ended up spending a decent chunk of time later working on bullet and ammunition production, just because the bugs were just so annoying with how often they were attacking. But either way, I will get into that a bit more later. As I said before, I'm just working on building up a little bit more of this here steel furnace area, and I will catch up with you guys once a bit more of this is complete. So without further ado, let's do this. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of Factorio trivia here, because I want to see how much you guys know about the crafting recipes in this game. Honestly, I'm expecting you all to get this answer wrong, because of how many crafting recipes usually space 3 items, but either way, lock your answers in the comments. What am I getting ready to make here with iron plates, iron gears, and computer circuits? Do you have your answers ready? Because the correct answer will be revealed in a little bit. But as you can see, I have gotten the iron production up and running in quite a horrible looking way, honestly. The belts for the coal and iron input are disgusting. But as you can see, did you get the answer right? It was these electric mining drills. The reason I didn't reveal it earlier when I asked the question is because honestly, I had forgotten personally and was waiting to find out myself. But yeah, I was what I thought it was, because I believe at this point I was still trying to get infrastructure ready to go mine resources elsewhere and bring them to this main base. And so I thought, if I'm going to be making a lot of areas to mine resources, might as well be mass producing these electric mining drills. But like I mentioned at the start of the episode, I don't end up following through on those plans, because as you've already seen, we've had, I believe now it's 4. Honestly, I might have even missed one whilst recording this segment, so it could be 5, even 6 possibly. We've had a lot of bug attacks already, and they do not get any easier on me. As you can see, we've now expanded our main bus to have 6 main ingredients in it. I believe I expand it all the way up to 8 by the end of this episode, which is a lot, you know? 8 is a lot. And we're not done yet, we still have more. At this point, oh, there's another bug attack. Oh, just because I don't know exactly off the top of my head what the number is, I'll put it up on screen now. But there's another one, and do I finally? Yeah, I finally deal with that empty mining drill. That's been empty for a while. But as I was saying, I actually diverted off again another lot of iron plates and iron cogs, gears. Oh, I've already forgotten their name. Jesus Christ. To start producing more yellow belts. And you may be wondering, why are you producing more? And these ones I am producing now, I believe I get rid of the original production area for them later on in the episode, but these ones I am producing now specifically for the purpose of them being converted into other things. Yellow belts act as the base for quite a few of the... someone is coughing outside my window, even though they're like having a garden party or something. As I was saying, oh, there's another bug attack. Yellow belts act as the base for a lot of the belt-based, transport-based crafting recipes later. So these ones are here solely for the purpose of being turned into other things. I think at first I have some of them turn into red belts and some of them go into splitters, and I think that's it for now, but I will probably be expanding that in the future. But either way, I'll let you guys check in again with me just working on expanding our base here, and I will catch up with you when some more advancements are made. So, let's do this. So guys, now that I had a bit of a better production system going on with our transport belts, I decided it was time to come down here to the stone area and tear up the stone mining facilities and systems I had in place, because stone is material that I'm soon going to need probably quite a bit of. And so, what do we do with materials we're going to need quite a bit of? That's right, we add them to the main bus. So if I was going to add it to the main bus, I was going to need a lot of it. So I started off by making a new mining array there, just like the other ones that we have, and then making this massive belt that transported, or would transport, all of the stone that we'd be mining all the way up past all of these random crafting areas and the science area to join in with the buses in a now I believe 7th bus that goes next to all of the others. So just setting that up with splitters, and I believe at this point the stone was slowly making its way up and around. And I don't believe I particularly used the stone for much as of yet. I think I divert some of it to smelt into oh, whoa, there's another bug attack, hell yeah. As I was saying, I divert some of it to smelt up into stone bricks, because again, that is something we're going to need a lot later, especially for making, I believe it's steel furnaces to upgrade our furnace array, as well as, you know what, I count that as the same bug attack, it's close enough. I believe we're going to need the stone bricks for walls and military science later. But as you can see, I've tearing down the original construction area for the yellow belts, as well as replacing some of the yellow belts in the gear making area with red belts in order to get the iron flowing in faster. And the reason for that is because I realized throughout the course of this episode that if there's one material that we have a severe shortage of, it was the iron gears. And so in order to try and tackle that a little bit, I tried to get more iron flowing into that crafting area quicker, get a few more gears crafted up, but you know, some mixed results. Another way I tried to tackle that is just increase the iron supply. So as you can see here, I started preliminary smelting up a good chunk of our stone into stone bricks, so I could make a bunch of, I believe again it's steel furnaces to get us smelting some iron faster. So what I'm going to do is work on adapting that array there, and I'll catch you guys when it's done. So without, oh yeah, it's actually before I go. It is at this point I decided to chuck in some radars around my base. Not only will this let me see the whole thing on the map more clearly, even at a distance when I'm not there, but also more significantly, the radars will scan the nearby environment and will tell me about any ore patches nearby. I'm very glad I set this up, because there are some big ore patches not too far from our base, and as soon as I get trains, hoo boy, you know I'm heading over there to mine it, because they are both iron, and I have a severe iron deficiency in the factory right now. But as I was saying, I'm gonna go and work on adapting our iron array to produce more iron plates for us, and I'll catch you when it's done. Let's do this. Okay guys, so I'm gonna be honest with you. This video has been in production. Oh, there's another bug tag. Jesus Christ. This video has been in production for a while now. I have no idea what's going on. I'm be watching through the footage, and in my perspective, I'm just running around like a headless chicken trying to make a factory, which is just going interestingly. Either way, as you can see from all the captions I keep putting up, we've had a lot of bug attacks, and me being me, thinking I've just upgraded my iron supply, I might as well use all that iron for something. I come over here with some like automated crafters too, so they'd craft faster, and I thought, hey ho, why don't I start automatically producing ammunition? Because I'm getting attacked by these bugs. I want to deal with them quickly. I want to get them out of here. I want to use my gun turrets and go pew 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 pew, you know? But either way, expanding up our belts a little bit, our main buses. As you saw, I did in fact get the iron, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, I got the iron array producing iron plates faster, and this was an interesting task. I ended up rerouting belts around the entire array for some reason. I don't remember why. I just did, but either way, again using some of that iron and using some of the circuits that we're producing, because I'm not really using them for much. I started crafting some more stuff. I split up our second lot of belts, of yellow belts here that were being produced, and decided that I was going to start crafting up, I believe it's my use of mine, some more resources using those yellow belts that I would probably be using a lot of. For this one I decided to make some of the yellow splitters, because not only am I already using a lot splitting stuff from the main bus, in the future when I'm planning to transition into using fast belts on the main bus, I'm going to need fast splitters to split stuff off, and to make fast splitters you need splitters, and so I thought I might as well start producing them now, because, you know, with our iron deficiency that seems to be going on, and gonna take some time to make all the splitters anyway. So oh, look at that, I'm routing belts around like a madman again. I don't know why I decide to route stuff like this, but I apparently think this is just a good way to do it. But as you can see, we have our production of these splitters going. It's not pretty. Most of the stuff in my factory, you can tell if it's designed by me or not, because if it's designed by me, it won't look good like most of this. If it's not designed by me, which we'll get into a little bit in not that long actually, if I remember correctly, which I probably don't, it'll actually look efficient and functional. But either way, quickly expanding up our belts, and looky here, that's bug attack like 12 or something. And at this point I thought, I'm producing this ammunition, right, but it don't seem to be doing much, because, like, sure, it's killing the bugs, but they're still there long enough to do a significant amount of damage to all the elements of my factory. So if I remember correctly, one of the main thoughts going through my head at this point was, why don't I invest in improving my ammunition production? Because you may have noticed, one of the many bits of research I've been doing, I have already researched the next stage up of ammunition, which I believe is like armor piercing rounds or something like that. I don't know if they actually pierce armor or whatever, but they do more damage and they kill stuff faster, basically. And I figured, you know what, that sounds pretty solid. But I am not good at this game. I can't design stuff efficiently, and so I ended up using a design I got off of Reddit. I will, fingers crossed, remember to link it in the description. If I don't, please shout at me in the comments until I do. But I will put up the name of the person who posted it here and a photo of their original design. I tried to recreate it, but
it's probably not great. But yeah, it's a very efficient, well, I say very efficient, it might not be, there's probably, knowing this game and the people who play it, a lot of different ways to make stuff like this, but it's what seems to be, for my purposes, and oh look, there's another bug attack, an efficient enough way to produce this ammunition. So what I'm going to do is get that constructed, and I will catch up with you guys when it's done, hopefully, if I don't go on another like couple week long, I don't even know what I was doing, focusing on like schoolwork and that. I will catch up with you guys when it's done. Let's do this. So guys, as you can see, the ammo production was largely set up, although I guess I feel like putting those last two long inserters in. I should probably go deal with that at some point, because this isn't going to be working at full efficiency unless I do that. Mild issue. Either way, with that done, that would be producing ammo in the background, and so I thought I'd just leave that for a little bit, get it going and get a large amount of ammo set up. And whilst I was doing this, I wanted to start setting up another resource to go onto our main bus system, because of course I did. We've got stone on it, but for a lot of the stuff we're going to be making, I'm going to need stone bricks specifically, and so instead of having to manually make them each time, I'm just going to mass produce them in a furnace tray, as is usual for me. And oh look, there's another bug attack. We love that. That's like 15 now. Feels a bit excessive for one, like 40-minute video. 15 bug attacks. I mean, at least I've got better ammo producing now, but not like I have much of it yet, because I only just set it up like a minute ago. Well, not a minute ago in game time, and be like, I don't know, I can't remember how much I sped this up, it's been that long. But either way, I'm really gonna fix that system I put in the last couple of inserters, but I'm getting distracted again. What I set up was just a quick, I don't think it was big, I think it was just these 10 furnaces you see here. Quick furnace array to get the stone bricks producing, because I would need them for like walls, these furnaces. I think that's about it right now, but And there's probably something in the future I'm going to need them for. Honestly, for stone, I'm going to need for like rails and all that, so that's going to be quite useful. But either way, with all of that set up, that I believe is the final resource I wanted to get built onto these onto this main bus. And it was at this point that I thought, oh look, there's a 16th bug attack. Isn't that just peachy? It's at this point that I thought I'm not producing the yellow belts anymore, so I wanted to transition the buses onto the red belts instead. But to do that, I wanted to rebalance them quickly using some splitters, and I did it with red ones because, you know, red splitters for red belts. Figured that would be a pretty solid thing to do to get the speed matching. And yeah, it was at this point that I realised that my gear production wasn't really all that, and so my first way to try and tackle this was to replace all of the automated crafters. So instead of having automated ones, having automated blue ones, which I believe are slightly faster. And it's actually at this point as well that the radar a little bit more was making me think, ooh, some big iron veins around here. Go milk those, some iron. Milk probably is definitely not the right word to use. Go use those with some iron, you know? Yeah, that's some iron for me. But yeah, this increased the speed of the gear production a little bit until it stopped because, again, the iron production wasn't there. I really need to get more iron coming in from those like outposts I'm going to be making, but I can't really do that until I have the gears, which is really annoying. It's something I'm going to hopefully be starting to tackle next episode. But either way, what I believe I do is just a little bit of work on the buses here, getting them all set up in this state. And so I'm going to do that, and I will see you in a bit. I'll check back in with you. So let's do this.
Okay, so you may be a little bit confused as to what I am actually trying to achieve here with all of this belts, all these belts I'm placing. And I realized that my solution to the iron gear issue I was having was not working. And so in order to try and tackle this a bit more, I sectioned off another little bit of iron to go into making iron gears. But now I had a different issue, which was that I needed to balance those new iron gears in with the original set of iron gears. And so to do that, I used a design from a website that, again, if I remember, I will link it down below, which involved a 5-4 iron gear belt balancer, which took up, safe to say, quite a bit more space than I would have ideally liked it to. Because I had to go through afterwards and fix a load of these. Fix a load of these thingies that. Oh look, there's another bug attack of the underground belts that were transporting items away from the main bus and towards where they were being used. But once I got it in place, it helped a little bit. It has a lot of bugs. Holy wow, a lot of men. It did work a little bit to supplement the iron gear production, but definitely need to work towards getting more iron full stop next episode, and I'm looking to do that using outposts and trains, which I will hopefully get a bit more into soon. Either way, it's nearing the end of the video. I will... Is it raining right now? Either way, as I was saying, I will let you guys see me just wrap up this video, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Let's do this. Oh my days, that was a doozy. But either way guys, looking at the time, that is where I'm going to have to call it for today. I hope you enjoyed the absolute madness of an episode this was, trying to sort out everything. Our main bus system is looking a lot fuller than it was at the start of the episode. We started off with these 4. Now we got 3 more plus this getting ready to come in. I'm gonna hopefully start making some train tracks next time and heading over to these little ore chunks with 2.5 and 1. Funny green rock. But either way, as I was saying, that's where I'm gonna have to call it for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, share my channel with your friends to help it grow, do all the YouTube stuff. And check back next time for more Factorio videos. Without further ado, I will see you later. Bye bye.